This is Robert Goodman for Positive Strokes. I'm glad you have a moment to listen to some information about recovery and dealing with certain situations that happen in recovery. Today, I want to talk about in a treatment center. I want to talk about forming relationships while you're in recovery, in your early stages of recovery. You know, when we come into recovery, we're not feeling good about ourselves. I didn't feel good about myself when I came into recovery, into the treatment center. I was ashamed of what I did and what I did to my loved ones. And I had a low self esteem because I was very ashamed of myself. But as the fog started to lift from my head and I started to look better and feel better, and started getting the information and understanding things about my addiction and why I acted the way I did and did the things that I did. And by me getting this information and applying it to myself, I started feeling good about myself. And then the daily routine of eating 3 meals a day, taking care of myself, and focusing on me, and I started to look better and feel better about myself. You know, when you're in a treatment center and they are men and women, and you do associate with them, sometimes relationships form. Someone talks to you in a nice way, treats you a certain way, may like the way you look, and it makes you feel good inside. What happens is you start to take the focus off yourself and put the focus on the other person. But the funny thing is that everybody that comes into recovery is not here for recovery. That is the saddest truth and fact in a treatment center. Some people come in, they're forced by parole or probation. Some people just want to get a rest off the streets and get themselves back together and then go back out and do their thing that they wanted to do. And that's abuse and use drugs and alcohol. Some people just don't get the information because they don't want to look at themselves. These are the things that happen in recovery and treatment centers. Some people are so angry and ashamed of themselves that they have a hard time grasping the information of recovery or learning anything they can because they're so ashamed and they're hurting so deeply inside of what they've done to themselves and others. But you know, just like the world and the streets, some people take kindness for weakness, even in a recovery treatment center. Everybody's not here to get well. You have to guard your recovery like you guard your life. The place in treatment center is not to find love or companionship because I can't find it here because I'm a broken person. I'm a broken vessel trying to get myself together, to get back on my feet, and to be a productive person of society. I don't have no money to get an apartment and the girl that I like or the guy that I like, we can come move in and we can put furniture in there and I can take care of her. And if she has kids, I can take care of them. I'm not in that position as a recovering person in the beginning to do none of that. The program of recovery tells me that I must live a life on life's terms, that I have to be a productive man of society and to learn to do things the right way. Be honest, open minded, and willingness to do the right thing each and every day. I have a PhD in getting high. I have a PhD in lying and being conniving to get money so I can get high. I've abused people to get high. Do you carry that same mentality into your recovery once you know what you've done in the past? And will that help you sustain your recovery while you can be clean and sober? It won't happen. The program says you have to change everything that you do. You have to change your mindset, the way you see things, your actions, you have to change. You have to change and be a different person because you used to be in the same person that used to get drugs and alcohol. You knew how to smile in people's faces to get a hit. You used to tell people lies so you can get a hit. You used to tell lies so you can get your money so you can get a hit. This type of mentality is embedded in here. So if it's embedded in here, we have to watch what we say and do at all times in our recovery. So we won't take a wounded soul and use them for the benefit of our own gain. For me, I focus on myself. I try to help those who ask for help and want help in recovery. But I don't want to be the person to cause someone to go pick up and use and cause them to go back out there in that hell that they're so used to living in because of my actions towards them. I want to be able to go to sleep at night with a clear conscience. The flip side to that is that for me, I am in a relationship. I've been in a relationship when I came into recovery. And I love something that I hurt so dearly by my actions of getting high. So it's twice as hard for me to work on myself and to be there for the person that I love and help her get through the feelings and the pains that she's going through because of what I did. But I have to stand tall in my recovery and for myself because I'm the one that did it. So I have to own up to my mistakes. I have to be a man about it and accept whatever she says and deal with it in a loving and a compassionate and a humble way. Through God's grace, which I call as my higher power, He has opened my eyes and caused me to be a different person. And the funny thing is, by me being transparent and owning up to the things that I did with this woman, we have a stronger bond than we ever had in the beginning of our relationship. She put up with me for my foolishness, and then I'm willing to put up whatever she has to deal with so she can be a better person. They say in the Bible, love covers a multitude of sin. And what I think that means is that we're both imperfect people. I'm imperfect. My wife's imperfect. And we're going to make mistakes. But the love that we have for each other, we're willing to go through the pain and whatever the deal is to walk together to get to the other side. We both have been humble and willing and acted honestly in our efforts to do that. So she has not only went down a different road that she's never went down to, so have I. And we're both going down two different roads, but we're going down them together. For those that are in recovery, understand that everybody's here not for that. Understand that everybody's not going to be honest and opening and willingness to do the right thing. Everyone has the issues that they have to deal with to get to the other side, where they can be a productive person of society. Nobody in recovery gets it right overnight. I say that again. Nobody in recovery gets it right overnight. So, as I end this video that I'm sharing with you, I want to say to you is that do not allow nothing or no one divert you from your primary purpose of staying clean and sober. Those that are serious about recovery, you are part of our family, and we want you to stay. Understand that what you're feeling are just feelings, that you can get past that too, one day at a time, sometimes one moment at a time. But I guarantee you that as long as you can clean and sober, you will learn that each obstacle that you overcome makes the next obstacle that you have to deal with easy to deal with and to overcome. And the blessings will continue to flow. Like I always say, I did drugs and it made me a dope. But now I have hope because I'm not a dope anymore. I see, I hear, and I know that if I pick up, I will become a dope again. You have a great night.